Hi, my name is Zaak Kerstetter, and welcome to another KMG video series where every week we take a look at a different fun, interesting topic related to music production with Ableton Live. And today I want to talk about a really cool feature in a very underappreciated device, which is the gate device, where you can sidechain your gate. So generally when people are talking about sidechaining, they generally think about sidechaining with compressors, which means the volume of one sound goes up and the other sound goes down. So it kind of like seesaws back and forth. When you're using the gate device to sidechain, that means your sounds will happen simultaneously. So one sound happens, another sound happens simultaneously. So I want to take a look at how we can use this creatively and do some fun, cool stuff with it, particularly by tying together some percussive sounds with some vocal sounds to do some interesting vocal chops. So here I've got one track. This purple track is just a bunch of different percussive loops that I found. And here on this other track, we have a bunch of different vocal loops that I found. So let's grab the gate and toss it on our vocal track. Now the way the gate works is it's kind of like the opposite of compressor. Anything below the threshold gets turned down. So if I start with my gate really high and I play this sample, we're not really going to hear it until it passes that gate, which just did that one moment. So you can see the gray line here is the original volume, and then the white line becomes the new volume. So it's turning everything down. But as I turn my threshold down, anything that passes that volume will be sent through, anything that's below the volume will be turned down. So it kind of creates this dynamic range, which is cool, but that's not really what we're going to use it for. So what we're going to do is we're going to hit this triangle right here. It's going to open up our sidechain options, just like there would be with a compressor. We're going to turn a sidechain on, and we're going to select our percussive track. So now if I hit play, nothing's going to be let through because nothing is playing from our percussive track. But if I start playing something from our percussive track, there's our percussion sound. We're still not really hearing our vocals yet. So I'm going to start taking my threshold. I'm going to start turning my threshold down until the percussive track starts to trigger the gate, or trigger the threshold on my gate. So now I'm taking this kind of like really long vocal sample that like doesn't really have any kind of like transients to it. It's just kind of this like ambient thing. And if I turn this off, it's chopping it based off of the rhythm of my percussion. So I just grabbed any kind of percussion samples. Anything that has really clear transients with space in between it will work great for this. So let's try out a few different examples just to see how this works. So this one, nothing's triggering the threshold yet, so let me turn it down even more. Sounds pretty cool. And again, the nice thing about this is we can also mute our percussion, and we still get this kind of nice rhythmic gating sound to our vocal part. Let's try a few more. So here's without the percussion. So you can see, like, just by doing this, if you already have some cool percussion, something that has a nice cool rhythm to it, we can link up something that has like a nice, like kind of longer sound, longer, more evolving sound, and it makes them fit together in really cool ways. So let's try a different example. So here's a different vocal sample. Let me stop the percussion, and let's listen to it without the gate first. Like that. And then let's turn the gate back on and threshold up a little bit, and let's try linking up with some of our percussion and see what happens. So all of a sudden I have like a cool rhythm to something that otherwise was pretty constant. Something you may notice is that a little bit of the volume of our gate when it's turned down is still passing through. You can still hear it really quietly. We can use this floor control to turn that down even farther. So if you want it to be only like fully on or fully off, we can take the floor all the way down. It makes it even more choppy. If you want to make it a little bit more subtle, if you don't want it to be like super obvious, you can turn the floor up. And you still get to hear a little bit of the sound when the gate is not being triggered. I kind of like it a little better choppier here. Let's try a few more examples. So now it's totally different. Let's try a different one. So you can see, like, just by doing this, if you already have some cool percussion, something that has a nice, like kind of longer sound, could try that without the hi-hats. So I could go in there and I could, I could take my vocal sample and I could chop it manually to do that. Or I could make my life really easy and I could grab some cool percussive loop that I like, and I don't even need to use the actual percussive sample. I can mute that and still get that chopping and still get the rhythm of it. So really fun tool. Works great, like I said, with sounds that have like a lot of like constant volume to them. Things that are just no transients, just lots of sound, especially if they change notes over time. Combined with something that has something really clear transients, and you get this cool, interesting chopping, gating sound with it. And really all you need to do is turn on the sidechain, adjust the threshold to taste, and then use the floor to adjust how obvious or how choppy you want it to be, or how subtle you want it to be if you turn the floor up. That's pretty much all there is to it. Really fun tool. Really enjoy using it. Works great, like I said, for hi-hats and vocals, or just percussion and vocals, but you could tie together any two sounds that you wanted. You could have a guitar and a synth and make it so when you're, say you're playing a guitar solo, make it so your synth is following along at least the rhythm of your guitar, maybe playing different notes. Totally up to you. So a lot of fun potential here. Try it out. Let me know what you think, and keep an eye out for more videos coming from us real soon. Thanks for watching.